Hi folks, welcome back to my low budget YouTube channel, and you're looking at the workbench that time forgot. Right now sitting on that workbench is our happy little FX-4CR, whose lights happen to be staying on solid because BG2FX just released a new version of firmware that enables you to toggle the lights on and off so that they can either go on for just a short period of time and turn off, which is the default, or turn it to the other position, which leaves the push buttons backlit all the time. From one of the earlier videos that I did on this channel, you'll see that the LEDs don't use a whole lot of power, so there's no great loss in leaving them in this way. And especially if you're using this radio in the dark, it makes life a lot easier for you. But that's not what this video is about. What I want to do is incorporate my ancient Heil BM-10 single-sided headset and a way to do push-to-talk using that headset. So here's our dilemma. We've got one microphone jack on the FX-4CR, which is tip ring sleeve. The microphone plug on the Heil BM-10 is a tip sleeve only. This is the headphone jack. We're not going to lose any sleep over that right now. It's tip ring sleeve. And then the third piece is the push-to-talk foot switch, which is also a size large 1/4 inch tip sleeve. Hang on and we'll get to another sheet when I'll show you what I'm going to do on paper and then show you how we execute this in the real world. Okay, here we go, and there's a couple of cats running around the filming area here, so this might get interesting. Here's an exaggerated drawing of the mic connector as it plugs into the side of the FX-4CR. It is a tip ring sleeve configuration, with the tip being the microphone audio, the ring being the push-to-talk, and the sleeve is the common ground for both of them. So what we're going to do here is something similar to what I did in the video where I integrated the FX-4CR with my old Mirage amplifier, in which I'm going to come up with two cables that will be, first cable will come from the sleeve, and the ring, which is going to be my push-to-talk cable, which will come off of this to a female. One end will be a female tip ring sleeve. The other end will be a male tip ring sleeve. I'm going to have to do the same thing for the mic audio side, which is to come up with a cable coming off the common ground and the mic audio, and again that will have a female TRS on one end and a male TRS on the other side. Now wait a second, you tell me, and that's a reasonable thing to say. How are you going to get the two male TRS connectors into one female TRS socket on a radio? Well, we have to go traipsing around on the workbench, and you know, if you remember from the other video that we did, there was a double female headphone adapter that we pulled out of a parts drawer, and that'll go to the side of the radio. We'll show you what that looks like in just a little bit. Okay, we'll start with the push-to-talk foot switch. Here's the cable that we conjured up for the push-to-talk foot switch, with a 1/4 inch female jack on this end and the male tip ring sleeve over here. On the other hand, for the microphone audio, here's the female 1/8 inch jack and again a tip ring sleeve for the radio side. And here's our headphone adapter from way back in the day, which takes two tip ring sleeve plugs, turns them into one. Now, because we're working with two functions on the same connector, we're going to be able to use just one plug in order to get everything to work. Now just here, I'm going to plug the single tip sleeve into this plug here. Now temporarily I'm going to shut the radio off because I don't like plugging things into radios when they're powered up. We're going to go into the, turn this around, we're going to go into the microphone jack. Let's get close here. In all the way. Turn this back on and watch the screen as it comes back on. We'll see the new software version. Version 1.5 from August 25th of this year. And there we go. We're plugged in. I'm not going to worry about the headphone adapter right now because that's a little bit outside the scope of this video. I'm out of the frame, putting my headset on my head. Now let's verify that this sucker is going to work. Pay close attention to the screen. And I'm going into a dummy load, so I'm not transmitting anywhere. November 2, Golf Oscar Papa. You can see the audio jumping up and down through the microphone into the radio, and the watt meter is out of the field, but it's actually putting RF out into the dummy load as we thought it would. So there we go. We're using a Heil headset with the FX-4CR. The only thing I will warn you is that you have to use the Heil dynamic microphone elements. Heil also makes ELECTRET elements. No, they don't make elephants, they make elements. They make ELECTRET elements for ICOM radios. You can't use any of those headphones on the FX-4CR because there's no way of pulling the bias voltage that you need for the microphone element. But if you got a Heil dynamic headset, either single or double head earphones, whichever rocks your world, if you want to use it with the FX-4CR so that your hands are free to enter stuff into a logging program or what have you, you could do that with just a simple modification with more or less workbench parts. This is N2GOP. N2GOP, test 1, 2. Alright, I just lost the connection here. There we go. We had the connection going, and now the microphone. The headset is old and it's getting weary just like I am. Be well. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. And as always, stay safe. Be kind to animals. Bye-bye.